quickly. Rhythm and Flow and Wiggly Woo are prominent. Discretion is easing back just off the leading bunch, followed by Tarak trying to get in from a wide gate. And then Affection's Wishing Stone, followed by Clarefield Lass, and dropping out last is Dance With Me. In the run to the course proper now, and the leader is Happen with a ton of pace on, showed the way by a length and a half to Snippets Lass. 2 lengths away in third place, Wiggly Woo on the outside of Rhythm and Flow. About 2 to Tarak, who's on the bit and starting to travel as they near the turn, followed by Discretion, then Affection's Wishing Stone, Clarefield Lass and Dance With Me as the trailer. On the turn, Happen, a clear-cut leader, more than a length to Snippets Lass. 2 lengths away, Rhythm and Flow, followed by Wiggly Woo, and Tarak about 7 lengths off the lead as they turn the corner. In the straight, 300 out. Happen is joined by Snippets Lass, 4 lengths away. Tarak starting to wind up, still giving them a fair start. And then Rhythm and Flow. Snippets Lass shot to the lead from Happen past the 200. 3 lengths away. Tarak not doing enough. Snippets Lass a half on Happen, who's coming again. It's Snippets Lass and Happen. Happen is fighting back. Snippets Lass and Happen, they come to the line together. Snippets Lass did best, and Snippets Lass got there about a neck to Happen. Discretion has charged along the fence to get third, just in front of Tarak. Wishing Stone ran a very nice race, followed by Dance With Me from Rhythm and Flow, Wiggly Woo and Affections, and last of all is Clarefield Lass.
Back to the tail. And the Country Train Galloper Smart Time Girl came out the head of the affairs and shows the way by a length to On the Nickel. Third, spearing up on the inside, recovering from that modest start, Heart Reigns. Fourth, the outside Distinct, but throwing the head about as he had to take hold to check off heels. Centani the inside, Princess LaRue the outer, and then came Sayana Type. And a length away to Little Mare Step to Reason at the tail, about 6 off the lead. Maybe only 5 now. She burrows up on the inside. They're onto the side of the course, and Smart Time Girl will take them to the 800 by a length and a half. On the Nichols had a lovely run second, third Heart Reigns, and fourth over on the outside Distinct. Another length away then Centani, a half the outside Princess LaRue, 1 length a Step to Reason, and a half last of all Sayana Type. Around the side they come towards the home turn. They're on the inner track this time and under 600 to run, and Smart Time Girl is still the leader by about a length to in second placing On the Nickel with a head on a chest. Third Heart Reigns, fourth Distinct improving now. Then came Centani, Step to Reason shouldering out or attempting to from the inside, Princess LaRue wider, and deepest of all Sayana Type. In the straight they've got the Smart Time Girl, where On the Nickel went to the front now. From on the outside Distinct, hard at it. Heart Range has got to run up on the inside. Step to Reason is trying to go through there too, and then Centani and Princess LaRue late. Distinct in front getting close to home, but here's an upset coming. Centani's got her. Centani races up on the outside, and Centani takes out the third. Second Distinct, third On the Nickel, Princess LaRue probably fourth from Heart Range, Step to Reason, and 3 or 4 away the other pair, Smart Time Girl and Sayana Type together.
Well, Centani is going to pay Cuter 12, Lord Dresden 12, Bright Spot 16, Magneto $3.60. Down to number 7, Macardus, $7.70. Dolveet, number 8, is a $10 chance. Then over the page to Ty Ruler, the late male into 12 on Super Tab, and they're long odds the rest. He's a bit out of its division, I suppose, Ty Ruler, but by gee, he's been sticking on well. Kembla Grange in 5 minutes. Fancied runners Sayonara Sam, $6.90. Number 5, Wellington, $2. Then down to number 10, Hannibal, $8.10. Wellington, though, the pronounced favourite at $2 in the 4th. Kevin Thompson likes number 1, Salient, to beat Wellington, and Hannibal, 1, 5 and 10. Pretty good line now for the Harry's Liquor Handicap at Caulfield. Here again is Greg Miles.
OK, Rod Magneto, the favourite here, ahead of Unsolved, and they're the 2 best in it. Macardus, the 3rd elect. Now Cutter to move in over on the outside of Berserk, and we'll have them ready to go. Lines up now and the field is set. Ready, off they go. Magneto jump well on the inside in company there with Ty Ruler, who is easing back in the early part. New Shanghai away fast. Macardus is going forward. Dolbeat on the improve. Bright Spot also jumped well. Berserk jumped all right, and she's easing back at the start. Here's the post coming up. Macardus had found the lead in the first circuit to Dolbeat. Settling third on the inside then is New Shanghai from Bright Spot. Cutter out wide. Deck Chairs just behind them, followed by Opal Flyer. Berserk about 4 or 5 wide, turning out of the straight there as they They head out to the straight. Montana Magic inside her, followed by Magneto and Tyrula, Lord Dresden, and Unsolved dropped out to last. McCartus is the leader now. They're heading out towards the 1800 metres, and it's McCartus in front of Cutter going up second on the outside. A length and a half to Dulveet. About 3 lengths away then New Shanghai. A length and a half behind these Bright Spot. Montana Magic outside Opal Flyer. Wonder Deck Chairs 3/4 to Lord Dresden, followed by Tyrula. Then Magneto and Berserkers ease back now to second last after racing wide, and Unsolved last of all, 1400 to go. And McCartus the leader, half a length to Cutter, 2 lengths to Dulveet, 2 lengths to Montana Magic, moving up to fourth from New Shanghai. One further back in the field, Bright Spot, Lord Dresden around Opal Flyer. Wonder Deck Chairs followed by Tyrula. Back behind him about a length or half a length away now. Magneto starting its run, improving its position out wide. Unsolved came away from the fence, and back there with it is Berserk. Heading to the 1000 now, and Cutter up level with McCartus. About 2.5 away third is Dulveet. Wonder Montana Magic. Wonder New Shanghai. Lord Dresden going around the outside of it, and then Bright Spot. Magneto next outside Opal Flyer, followed then by Unsolved, Berserk. Well back in the field still Tyrula, and Deck Chairs dropped out last 700 to run. Down the side, McCartus a half again on Cutter. A length and a half to Dulveet. Lord Dresden improving to fourth. Here comes Unsolved with his run round the outside from Bright Spot, New Shanghai. Magneto is next, followed by Berserk. Nickled it out wide. Montana Magic dropped out, followed by Opal Flyer. And Tyrula still a good way back at the turn. Cutter again went to the lead. Unsolved is challenging. McCartus over on the rail, battling in third placing from Dulveet, running on fairly well. And then Bright Spot and Magneto. Dulveet got up on the inside to join Cutter. Unsolved the outside when they corner, and then Magneto. Dulveet in front down to the 200 from Cutter. Unsolved. Opal Flyer up behind the leader. Magneto running on down the outside. It's bumping with Unsolved. Magneto's raced up on the outside, and Dulveet. Magneto and Dulveet, 100 metres to go. Magneto starts to race clear from Dulveet, and Magneto draws away to beat Dulveet by a length and a half. Cutter third. Running on well, Tyrula when it was all over, followed by Bright Spot, and then Unsolved from Opal Flyer. A gap McCartus, then New Shanghai, Lord Dresden. Back behind it to finish in the race was Berserk. Towards the end of the field here is Deck Chairs and Montana Magic last of all. Magneto, the winner, ridden by Sean Mears. Another one of the very promising apprentices in Melbourne, has taken out the fourth of the day.
Ready to run. Line's good. No, it's not. Bit of movement towards the centre. Couple of gatemen going in. Kalonique is giving trouble in the stalls. Now, a cluster of attendants are in there trying to sort this out. Kalonique must have put in a... They're going to back her out of line, I think. Does the trip. Implicit stands in nicely. Babyface showed great pace at Warwick Farm recently. Now, Secret Scoop starting to play up in the stalls. Settles, off and running, good start. Overtime wide out about the first out, headed straight away by Sound Off, and Atomic Love is away like a flash. Getting into a good spot close to the inside is Medicine on settling down, and then Secret Scoop. A fair way back early, Saginor, Babyface midfield and scrubbed hard in the early part, followed by Express Odds and Isla Tan, and Helmers last in a tightly packed field. Onto the course proper, Sound Off the leader from Atomic Love. 3 deep Implicit, 4 deep Babyface, 5 deep Overtime. You've never seen a race like it. Medicine is tucked away on the inside of Secret Scoop. 3 deep is Kalanique. A gap then to Helm, followed by Saginor. Off the track with the yellow cap is Express Odds and Isla Tan, saving ground near the inside. Around the corner, Sound Off the leader. Over Atomic Love on the outside. Medicine on the fence under heavy pressure, followed by Implicit, and Isla Tan is starting to stretch out. Atomic Love is drawn clear of Sound Off past the 200, and then Medicine and Isla Tan and Helm from a long way back, not getting much room now. Atomic Love well clear, 100 out. Helm is running on strongly with Isla Tan, but Atomic Love is holding them easily at bay, and Atomic Love beat Helm and Isla Tan. Medicine has run fourth, followed by Sound Off, a gap to Kalanique, and then Secret Scoop, Overtime, Implicit. Babyface well back in the field with Express Odds, and last of all is Saginor.
Yeah, 10-11-2 there at top.
Prez is trying to get to the outside. Red Hope didn't want to go there, but now Prez has won that fight, and Nate Newland comes over with him. 5 to the outside, 2 to the inside. The outside brigade are the leaders, I think, coming to the 600 metre mark, where it's Glowbug showing them a clean set of plates. Second placing came Prez, travelling up with Red Hope, Joe and Lake Newland inside of that group. And they're on the outside, whereas back on the inside rail, it's Caloray's leading Lucky Day. But the outside division's in front as they go by the 400, where Prez the leader. Lake Newland comes after it now. Back behind them, them. Red Hope shown the stick and Glowbug under pressure. Joe not travelling. Back to the inside. Lucky Days hit the front there at the 200 metre mark though. Here comes Red Hope now. He's found his form today. There were a few wanted to pot him, but Red Hope has started to stride away in the concluding stages, and it's all over. Red Hope, every hope, no hope the others. Nearly a dead heat, the Miners. Lucky Day might have got second ahead in front of Prayers from Callaray's Lake Newland turned up the towel. Further back to Joe and Glowbug. Well, quality.
Minor results shortly. They're set, or getting set, at Caulfield for race 5. Here's Greg.
All right, Rod, we've got a very strong move for number 4, Kazaragi. It's going to run a clear top pick in the race. Equal second picks, Rejuia number 9 and Hot Touch number 3. Field just about ready now. All locked away, in fact. Light flashing and attended in with Hot Touch. 1200 the journey. Race 5 about the break. They're set now. Away they go. Kazaragi began okay. Premier Spy Santiro out nicely. Speedaway jump fast. Hot Touch has begun very quickly near the outside and crossed down to the rail to be a narrow leader. Going with him early is Brave Chief and News Force out wide from Romanizer. Inside the 1,000. News Force the deepest runner and Brave Chief the 2 leaders. Settling third on the rail. Hot Touch going forward. Speedaway. Bronzodonus wider out. Kazaragi in a reasonably good place early. Romanizer deep out. Then Premier Spy getting through on the inside. Wonder Santiro and Gadina, Mr. Archibald, Jogar and Rejuia last of all. Inside the 600 metres, Brave Chief. Over on the inside and News Force, the leaders, a length to Hot Touch on the rail. Kazaragi just outside it, nearing the turn from Speedaway. Bronzodonus wide. Premier Spy getting up behind the leading horses, and then Santiro when they came to the turn. Rejuia has to come very wide when they swing the corner. Hot Touch got right up on the inside and has taken the lead now. Premier Spy trying to follow it through. Wider out as Kazaragi. Brave Chief is still there, followed by News Force. Jogar and Rejuia down the outside. Kazaragi raced up to Hot Touch now. Here comes Gadina and Rejuia down the outside. Kazaragi and Hot Touch with Gadina coming home strongly. Gadina's raced up on the outside and has taken the lead, and Gadina's got up and won it by a neck. Hot Touch will get second, I think, a nose in front of Kazaragi. Then Rejuia out wider. Back behind them was Jogar, a nice first up effort from Mr. Archibald and Santiro. A gap Brave Chief, Premier Spy. Back behind those to finish in the race, Romanizer, followed by News Force and Speedaway, and Bronzodonus dropped out to last. Numbers here, 6 Gadina, the winner ridden by Jason Patton. Not much in it for the Miners between Hot Touch and Kazaragi. Looked like Hot Touch just had a margin on the inside to gain second place as we await the official judge's verdict for the Coles Supermarkets. Gadina, ridden by Jason Patton, proving a bit too strong in this race. Here it comes in the red colours. A chestnut 5-year-old mare by Rancho Ruler, trained by Jim Marconi. And she's just finished the race off a bit too powerfully. At her best when she's given a bit of a freshen up. Hadn't started since second last at Cranbourne on the 23rd of June. But she's been a shade too strong today. Here's the official numbers, 6, 3 and 4. Fourth home was number 9. That was Rejuia, and 5th was Jogar. Nice first up run from that horse. 6, 3 and 4 on race number 5 of the day.
Going to lead early, but the rider looks to be in 2 minds. I think he'd rather be in behind, but he's left in front early. Splendid Retreat is about to go up into second spot, followed by O'Canny, and then Vincent and Lightwork is racing between horses, and you could throw a tea towel over these 6 runners at the end of 300 metres. Mr. Bow is the leader, and they're going at a pretty good gallop in the run to the first turn. He led by a length on Splendid Retreat. Vincent third on the fence, getting a nice run on the inside of Lightwork. Black Tarantula 3 deep is now easing back a bit, and a half length away on the inside is O'Canny. Around that first bend at the 900 mark, Mr. Bow, the leader, they're going at a pretty generous gallop. In front by a length on Splendid Retreat. Vincent third, Lightwork a neck away. Black Tarantula travelling wide, and O'Canny near the fence as last of the 6, but only 4 off the lead. 600 out as they near the turn. It's Mr. Bow, 3/4 on Splendid Retreat. Vincent on the fence. Now O'Canny is threading his way between runners here and is about to switch out 3 deep around these 2 leaders as they turn, and pushes Lightwork off the track in so doing. Into the straight, Mr. Bow under the whip as the leader. Splendid Retreat hard ridden second. O'Canny is under plenty of pressure, and Lightwork has drifted right out to the middle of the track, but Mr. Bow got his second wind. He's off again. Mr. Bow shot away, and he's got them well beaten. He's about 4 in front of of Light Work, O'Canny and Splendid Retreat, but this is going to bolt in. Mr. Bow from the Barbara Joseph stable goes right on with the job and has run them off their feet. Won by 6 to O'Canny, maybe a little more. Light Work is third, then Splendid Retreat followed by Vincent, and last of all is Black Tarantula. Well, he annihilated them. Mr. Bow went straight to...
Slowest into stride was Switchmaster. First out, Wondermere, Tabaran and Rasher have begun well. So is My Mentor, Tivlos, and Slide of Slipper getting up on the inside. Appetizing's just outside of that horse. Delbra is now moving between horses. Raffiney's out wide. Tivlos eases back to fourth last. Third last was Spirit Level. Second last is Voodoo Sunset. And about 2.5 to Switchmaster at the tail of the field. The leader now is Rasher. It's dropped down to the rail to lead by about a length to in second placing Wondermere. Another length and a half away in third position came My Mentor, the inside of Tabaran. 1 length further back then over on the inside, Sleight of Slipper. They've got 1,400 to run as they move along that far side to the outer turn. Back behind it on the outside was Appetizing, within about a neck now, in fact going up on terms. Delbra the inside, followed around them by Raffiney's Improving, Tivlos, Voodoo Sunset, and the last pair now are together as they move onto the side, and they are over on the inside Spirit Level, and over on its outside is Switchmaster. And at the moment there's about 10 lengths first to last at the 1,000, where the leader is still Rasher, about a length in front of in second placing Wondermere, a length and a quarter away on the inside. My Mentor's had a lovely run, then Tabaran fourth, and then came further back Sleight of Slipper. Tivlos goes on with it around the outside of Appetizing the centre from Raffiney's. Delbra the inside as they come towards the home turn. They've got over 670 to travel. They were followed further back by Switchmaster to the outside with Voodoo Sunset ahead of it. Sleight of Slipper the rail and Spirit Level last for home. 600 out and Wondermere goes to Rasher. Now joining in is Tabaran, and there's Appetizing pushing its way through between them. Sleight of Slipper runs up behind those. They will follow wider out by Voodoo Sunset, Raffiney's, Delbra. Wider out with Switchmaster, but about 4 or 5 off them. Tabaran's reached the front now as they race down with 300 to go and drew about a length in front. Appetizing's looking the threat. My Mentor whacking away third, but it's Tabaran in full flight. Appetizing is having a real concerted go now. Tabaran joined by Appetizing. Appetizing is forging clear, and Appetizing's going to come on and score by about a length on the line. Tabaran second, 3 or 4 away third. My Mentor, Wondermere fourth. Delbra Spirit Level, Switchmaster followed by Voodoo Sunset. In fact, it wasn't Switchmaster, it was another one out there, it was Raffiney's, and they were followed further back behind them then by Spirit Level easing down, Sleight of Slipper. Rasher was the last one in, Tivlos ahead of it.
And that winner, Appetizing, number 7, going to pay 10.60 and 3.30 as they line up at the goal. And they make a very good line with Jugulator, favourite at $2.20. And the late male Danajaya, second pick on the tote at $4.80. Here's Greg.
Now, Rock You took the outside gate, and the field is ready for the Bletchingly. Set. Jugulator a little toey, thrashing about next to Call Me Spike, and attendant with him. Off now. Jugulator a little slow. Katona flew out of the gates and landed in front of Royal Rubiton. Danajaya hunting up near the inside. Then Jugulator on the outside of Call Me Spike. Rock You deeper out, and another excuse back last on the inside. Katona led now, heading to the 800 metres, not going along all that hard, and Danajaya kicks up on the inside to join him. A length to Royal Rubiton third, and a length and a half another excuse, Call Me Spike. Jugulator in a line, and Rock You on the outside of them. Danajaya at the 600 metres, and Katona, the 2 leaders. A length and a half to Royal Rubiton. Wonder Jugulator 3/4 back on the inside of it. Call Me Spike from another excuse, and Rock You on the outside when they came to the home corner, nearly 3 across the track. Danajaya and Katona with Royal Rubiton going up outside them, and Jugulator can get right through on the inside of the trio cornering. Katona takes the lead, 250 out. Jugulator on the inside, pegging it back from Royal Rubiton, and then Danajaya and Rock You. It's Jugulator from Katona inside the 200. Jugulator down on the inside, and Katona coming back. Jugulator starts to put his superiority on the job though, and Jugulator, the Caulfield specialist, goes on to beat Katona by 2 lengths. Third, Royal Rubiton from Rock You, Danajaya, and a break behind these to finish was another excuse, and Call Me Spike. Victory for Jugulator, who's now won 5 races at the track from only 7 attempts, and at the 1100 metres 4 starts for 3 wins and a third. And he's drawn away with it over on the inside. They all wanted to stay off the rails, but the winners come right through against the inside to win. 2:21.50. beating Catena second, 3:40, and no third for Royal Rubiton, 3, 5 and 4. It should be on race 6, the Bletchingley Stakes. What a remarkable record he's got here. And Darren Gauci in the winners list. And good to see after he missed 3 or 4 winning rides at Geelong the other day with a shoulder complaint. But he's back in the winner's stall on this Group 3 winner. There was a school of thought that he might have had a chance of beating La Baraka. I know Jeff Donald, our bookmaker, thought Jugulator might have still won even if La Baraka had lined up today. And with her out of the way, he's turned out to be a special and won accordingly. 3, 5, 4 official. 3, 5 and 4. 3, 5 and 4, the numbers official now. Jugulator De Gauci beating Catena, Alf Matthews, and Royal Rubiton, Jason Patton. Couldn't understand why they wanted to get away from the rails. That's where the winners come. Catena, he's obviously back after his throat operation. 2 runs this time in have produced good seconds. And Royal Rubiton with the blinkers back on, a handy third. Rocky proving again that he doesn't handle the wet track. And Danajaya went out with a joint lead, but Weekend was one of the first beaten coming around the home turn. So good victory for Jugulator over Catena and Royal Rubiton. Incidentally, just some news on some of the earlier winners today from Clem Dimsey, who's been attending the Mounting Yard press conferences. First winner, Dancino, set for the 1,000 guineas. She's a 3/4 sister to Nothing Like a Dane and one of the leading hopes for the Freedman team during the spring.
He went in with great reluctance, but he's there now, and the starter Billy Dale is onto his stand, and they're ready to fly in the Missile Stakes for 98. A lovely field on this sunny afternoon. They're off, and a little slow winning hand. He might have knuckled over at the start. Masked Party is away quickly. La Rose Noir began well. Hockney is whizzing straight into the box seat. Hot as Hell working very hard out wide up towards the lead. Then Valerina followed by Specialise. Mr. Victory is getting back a bit with winning hand and Little Lucifer between that pair. And the old boy Juggler is tailing out as they race down the side. 700 out. Hot as Hell had to work hard to get to a narrow lead over Masked Party. Hockney in third place, and out deep is La Rose Noir. Valerina in the pale green colours about 5th, and she's trotting just behind the pace, followed by Little Lucifer between horses, then Specialise from Mr. Victory, winning hand, and Juggler last as they corner into the straight. It's Masked Party, Hot as Hell on the outside. Hockney popped the question. Further out, La Rose Noir. Valerina's behind them, not getting a lot of room as they come to the 200. Masked Party again got the upper hand over Hot as Hell. Specialise putting in a dash. Hockney's gone. Masked Party in front. Mr. Victory's the one getting right along the fence in the last bit. Masked Party just the leader. Mr. Victory is driving. Mr. Victory on the inside coming home best, and Mr. Victory got up in the last bound to win the Missile over Masked Party. Juggler has rocketed home to run third. He's back, followed by Hot as Hell, and then Valerina, Little Lucifer from Specialise, winning hand. Hockney disappointing. Last is La Rose Noir. Oh, a couple of good runs in the race. None better than the old boy Juggler, who's had bone chips removed from a
Bold Spirit, and there's a good charge early. Grey Oak has the lead now, forging up along the inside of Imperial Cross to second. Back for third was My Close Encounter, the newcomer. Mowat now fourth, it's inside. 1.5 to Damon into a nice spot on the outside of Forest Idol, who's centre field inside of it. A length and a half further back as they negotiate the first turn now was Orchestral Bell from a fishery on the inside of Balladin. Eagle has landed, and 1.5 to Bold Spirit starting to stride out. On the side they go to the 800 metres on the inner track, and Grey Oak is the leader. It's had a nice run in front. A length in advance of Imperial Cross up second. Third was My Close Encounter. Fourth the inside with it, almost on terms now, is Mowat now. 1.5 away Forest Idol inside of Damon. A length off behind those Orchestral Bella. Half the outside Balladin. Back to the inside of Fishery and Bold Spirit. And Eagle has landed as snooker up between them. Into the straight they race, and Grey Oak led. Imperial Cross having a crack at it with My Close Encounter, and Forest Idol's taken a run up on the inside and joining in. Wider out was Mowat now, and they were followed further back behind them by Orchestral Bell and Damon, but it's still Grey Oak the leader. Down to the 200 metre mark. Forest Idol can't make ground the inside. Imperial Cross is putting in a finish now. Imperial Cross has raced to Grey Oak, and here's Damon joining it on the outside. He's nearly lost the saddle. He's lost everything. The saddle shifted on Imperial Cross. It'll get home. He'll be happy to get off. Great piece of riding for Damien Holland. The saddle's come right over on the offside. Now, concentrating on that, I think Grey Oak has run second and Damon third, but I must confess I've been distracted here. by this amazing incident. He's sitting up now. He's just sitting on his girth strap, Damien Holland. Someone will come in and give him a hand to pull up shortly. Behind the Moet now, and also Forest Idol, which went to the inside and didn't proceed. They were followed by Balladin, and then came behind them a Fishery Bold Spirit, and easing down over the line, My Close Encounter, which ran a forward race to the turn.
Well, there's one of the remarkable things of racing, and that's the ride of the day. Gee, the only thing you'd hope, I hope he hasn't lost any lead. That saddle just $2.75 and $1.50, and a photo for second and third on the City of Gold Coast Cup. This is race 7, however, at Caulfield. Chippy's Daughter, the hope of the side, at $5.90. And most of them are in line as we go back trackside, and Greg Miles.
Just the one to move in, Rod, that's Impulsive. And the two favourites here are Perfect Arc and Ramelpa, round about the 9-2 mark or so on track. Equal picks in a tough open race. All set now. Ready to go at the 1400, all clear given, and off they go. Spring Peak, the one that missed it a length and a half, and Ramelpa was first out. Riarc began quickly. Quiet Style is showing pace on the inside. Timpanet going forward, so is Pro Pearl. And Impulsive from the outside barrier, so a good tussle early. Riarc has won the early speed battle, but Impulsive moved up quickly and joins it early. Timpanet sits in third, about a length away to Pro Pearl, and Perfect Arc whipping around the outside to go to the leaders. Ramelpa just behind them, about sixth on the rail, followed by Hit and Run, Chippy's Daughter. A length behind these is Quiet Style, and then Spring Peak and Joanna's Lady. At the 800, Perfect Arc had worked to the lead now, almost a length in front. Riarc is second, Pro Pearl moving up the outside, and Timpanet deep out. They're followed by Chippy's Daughter. Impulsive losing ground on the inside from Hit and Run. Wonder Ramelpa ridden along on the inside as Spring Peak starts a run, and they're followed by Joanna's Lady and Quiet Style last in a pretty bunch field. Perfect Arc just the leader before the turn. Pro Pearl going up on the outside to have a crack at her, and Chippy's Daughter's ranged up 3 wide now. Timpanet under pressure. Riarc looking to get clear, and Hit and Run running into it. Round the turn, Pro Pearl and Chippy's Daughter swing the corner together. Hit and Run a length and a half away, followed by Riarc and Spring Peak out wide. Pro Pearl the leader. Chippy's Daughter having a crack at her, and Hit and Run on the outside. Riarc switching course to have a go at them. They're inside the 200. Hit and Run out wide's gone to the lead now over Chippy's Daughter. Pro Pearl, Spring Peak on the outside, but Hit and Run has burst away near the line, and Hit and Run goes on to win by about 2 lengths to Spring Peak. Chippy's Daughter just third ahead of Riarc and Ramelpa. Then Pro Pearl followed by Timpanet. Quiet Style behind them, and then Impulsive, and they were trailed by Joanna's Lady, and Perfect Arc, who worked hard to find the lead, dropped out last. Hit and Run, the winner, number 7, ridden by Luke Curry.
Flyer $2.80 and Just Evan $2. Interesting, Peter Gilligan having a birthday the same day as the horses. Hope he has a happy day. Rosehill Gardens getting ready now. Race 7. Here's John.
It's the field. All set. Thanks, Rod. Ready to run. Race 7 at the Gardens. Great Trip as the inside runner. Off. And slow Barbu's Boy took a backward step. He missed it a couple of lengths. Ray's Dream has been hustled out of an outside gate. He's endeavouring to lead. He's doing it hard to get over, though. Red and Tough booting up to hold him out, and Great Trip has lobbed in the box seat, followed by Slider. Balmaria's in a forward position today, but 3 deep in the run to the first turn. Even wider, Sound Lyric. And then Just a Printer, followed by Supergrass, Airs and Graces. No Villain is well back between horses, followed by Love It Hot wide. Barbu's Boy, after a slow start, making ground along the fence. Zamodsky last to the main bunch, and 2 lengths away Stately King. 700 out around the first turn. Red and Tough the leader. Ray's Dream second. Great Trip third. Slider fourth. 1 out. 3 deep as Balmaria. Sound Lyric in the yellow with the dark blue cap. Can't get on the track. And then Supergrass, Airs and Graces between horses, followed by Just a Printer under pressure. Well back as Barbu's Boy. No Villain awkwardly placed on the turn, followed by Love It Hot. Stately King getting up on the fence, and last Zamodsky in the straight now. It's Red and Tough tackled by Ray's Dream on the outside. Great Trip is hooked out, putting in a run, and here's Balmaria. Balmaria letting loose down the outside, has raced up, and she storms to the lead. Balmaria shot to the front, 150 out. The grey getting up near the fence is No Villain, but Balmaria right out in the middle is in front as they get near home over No Villain, and Balmaria's a bonny little mare. Balmaria beat No Villain, Slider third, then Ray's Dream, Airs and Graces, Barbu's Boy, Supergrass, followed by Love It Hot. At the head of the others, Red and Tough, Stately King, Zamodsky. Great Great Trip didn't fire in the straight, followed by Just a Printer, and last of all is Sound Lyric after a pretty tough run.
Well, number 2, Balmaria, $12.70 and $4. Number 10, No Villain.
He was absolutely flat-footed and away fast now. Atomic Comment and Pro Now, and over on the inside, Noble Chief. Tripleton's going to keep them busy out wide. Yarley Gold between horses, and also going around them Waterford Road and Beau Curra improving from further back, Tripleton wide, and then came Mr. Kildane. Noble Chief began well but has been shunted back. There's another one going around the outside of those, and that's Archer Street, and further back then Exalted Miss, followed by Akibono, and King's Landing after that very slow start has tacked onto the main body. Onto the side they go at the 1,000 on the outer track, and the leader is Waterford Road by about a length and a quarter. Beau Curra striding to second. Over on the inside, third is Anxiety Attack, Yarley Gold fourth, and Tripleton fifth. Then Archer Street still going on with it out wide and running home. Further back on the inside, Atomic Comment, Mr. Kildane, Pro Now centre field, Exalted Miss. Further back behind them, Noble Chief got back in the field with Akibono. And last of all, King's Landing for the long run in, 6.50 out now. And the leader, Waterford Road, from on the outside, coming after it is Beau Curra. They were followed then by Archer Street, still running on. Anxiety Attack in need of some room, is now getting a run. Atomic Comment and Yarley Gold were further back, and they were followed then by Tripleton. Mr. Kildane, Akibono's the widest runner with Exalted Miss. Waterford Road the leader. Coming after it is Beau Curra on the outside, then Anxiety Attack, and Akibono right down the centre is starting to fly home. Coming with it is Exalted Miss. It's Waterford Road the leader, but the ones out wide are starting to power into it. Waterford Road the leader. Anxiety Attack is coming, and down the outside Akibono, Mr. Kildane. Waterford Road, Anxiety Attack just in front, and I think has won, yes. Anxiety Attack from Waterford Road, Mr. Kildane, Exalted Miss, Akibono. Great finish to the Lord Mayor's Mile. They were followed back behind them by Noble Chief, who got home late. Back behind those then came Yarley Gold. With those two, Mr. Kildane easing down. Further back behind them, Atomic Comment. Beau Curra ran a cheeky race to the turn. They were followed by Archer Street. Then came back behind that division. We've got Tripleton, Pro Now, and one of the last ones in was King's Landing. I think Anxiety Attack has won number 6. Number 6, Anxiety Attack, 2 off the rail. Mr. Kildane, Akibono and Exalted Miss all coming deep in the centre.
Set now for race 8 on a very busy day at Caulfield. Here's Greg Miles.
And a very open affair to close proceedings here, Rod, with Chili's and Petite Falou equal favourites on track. But we're looking at 5's the field here, and the next line of betting just a point longer for Accept, Dane Quillo, Peg's Own, and Such a Pleasure. 4 of them, and best backed in the race has been Such a Pleasure, clearly. Resuming here, but as a first up winner in lesser company. Rich and Playful moved into line. They're nearly ready. Peg's Own took the outside gate. All set. Often racing in the last, Dane Quillo began well from the north, didn't jump out of the stalls well, and Accept was a bit slow to move. Out quickly is Such a Pleasure with Socket Babe the outside, Double Voodoo and Petite Falou with Deldale hunting up. Great pace here now, and at the 800 metres going through is Such a Pleasure to lead. Petite Falou the outside and Socket Babe very wide. Just behind them is Deldale near the inside from Double Voodoo, Dane Quillo on the fence, and then Lucky Rule. A length to Accept getting up on the inside of Rich and Playful, 2 to Chili's, 2 El Satino, Black as Beautiful, followed then by Peg's Own second last, and 4 from the north. At the turn, Such a Pleasure the leader, Dane Quillo rails up to nearly join it. Petite Falou 3 out, Socket Babe, Deldale and Accept just behind the leading horses from Double Voodoo, and they're followed by Rich and Playful when they corner across the track, with Dane Quillo getting through to Such a Pleasure, Petite Falou the outside and Accept down on the rail. These are the 4 well clear of the rest. At the 200 metres, Petite Falou and Dane Quillo now from Accept on the inside. Chili's with a late run. Petite Falou and Dane Quillo 100 out. Petite Falou goes for home with Chili's descending on her with a great run, and Chili's has sprinted past them, and a brilliant win to Chili's over Petite Falou. Dane Quillo third, Accept fourth. Gap to Peg's Own made up some ground, followed further back by Such a Pleasure who weakened, and then Lucky Rule, Rich and Playful, Deldale followed by Double Voodoo, El Tocino. Back behind those to finish in the race was From the North, followed by Socket Babe, and Black as Beautiful dropped out to last. Chili's with a brilliant finishing run ridden by Danny Brereton in a race where there was plenty of pace. He wisely set her off the speed, and she's come right over the top of them to win with a brilliant finishing run. Number 4, Petite Falou, will be second, and 3, Dane Quillo, third. The winner 6 even and $2.30. Petite Falou $2.10 and Dane Quillo $2.60. New Zealand mare who came over here with a pretty handy reputation. She took it a little while to put it all together, but she certainly has with her 2 victories here over this course and distance at her last 2 runs. You'd think here Petite Falou might just about be home, but they'd gone that fast early and she was right up on the pace. It was made for something to run on, and that was Chili's with Danny Brereton in those all-lime colours steaming down the outside to win. 2, 4 and 3 are official. 2, 4, 3 official. 4th home was Accept, and 5th was Peg's Own. 2, 4 and 3. Chili's taking out the last, Danny Brereton. Well, that's the last from Caulfield, and we're getting ready for the last from Sydney, of course, and it's going to be an emotional moment for Johnny Tapp. He's been a great friend to all of the callers right across Australia, and I know there'll be some butterflies in your tummy right now, John, but we all know that you'll do it with the consummate ease, and it'll be a thoroughly professional job. And we're going to miss those dulcet tones on the airwaves that have entertained and thrilled us for so many, many years. You've accepted a lot of kind words today, and all of them have been well deserved. And I'm looking forward to hearing your last broadcast, and then, of course, for Coffs on Thursday. It's been a great career, Tappy, and we're looking forward to the next phase of it when it takes its place on Sky Racing.
And what more can you say? Greg Miles there at Caulfield, paying yet another tribute to John Tapp. Counting down towards the end of a memorable race-calling career, about to embark on another brilliant career. That's the placings at Belmont Park in Perth. Coachwood, Shailari, Starbroke, $42. The Quinella on Super Tab, $449. The trifecta. We've had dramas at Kembla, and so the 8th event is now back 7 minutes, due to start at 4:40. In the meantime, the next at Doomben is due in 3 minutes. Pocket My Pride is the late mail for the race, and it's $6.95. New Sep 16, Outback Club 19. Final bid, it's got a chance, final bid, $8.50.
They're off and running in the final event of the day. Got them away to a pretty good start. Multimedia bounced out in front. They're just hacking early. Nobody's desperate to lead. Princess Lyra striding up on the outside into second place, followed closely then by Prairie. Woodstock is now poking between horses to join the leaders. In-house is going to settle about 5th on the fence. 2 lengths away, Mac and Me, followed by Aphasia, who's throwing the head about and pulling a bit. At the head of the other, Soup Kitchen, followed by He's a Dane. And Broan has dropped out last as they leave the mile pole behind them. Into the back straight, and Princess Lyra the leader by a length on Woodstock, who's just going to worry the Princess a bit. 2 lengths away in third place as they swing to the back is Multimedia, now joined on the outside by the top weight Prairie. A length and a half to In-House, is going to enjoy a perfect run. 2.5 to Mac and Me on the outside of Enjoyment, followed by Aphasia, Soup Kitchen, He's a Dane, and 2 lengths away at the tail of the field is Broan, and about 12 lengths covers them as they go down the back stretch. 1100 out. Princess Lyra got fired up a bit. She's over racing, led by about a neck to Woodstock, who's proving a bit of a pest on the outside. 2 lengths away in third place Prairie. 3/4 Multimedia getting a lovely run. In-House is now taken away from the rail to track up into 5th posse, and Chrissy Munce is riding this an absolute treat, followed by Mac and Me and Aphasia, who's wide in yellow colours. Enjoyment awkwardly placed, has cluttered up on the fence. The grey Soup Kitchen well back, and then He's a Dane and Broan, and now they're starting to pack up as they come to the 600 metres mark, and Princess Lyra the leader. She's had no peace. Woodstock in the middle, 3 deepest Prairie and Mac and Me sweeping around the outside, followed by Enjoyment, and then In-House as they turn with Aphasia the widest runner. Into the straight now, Princess Lyra tackled by Prairie. Prairie on the outside took the lead at the 300. Here's In-House getting out after her now. In-House in the yellow and black silks, the Arrow Field colours, has raced up to Prairie. Closer to the inside, Enjoyment with the orange cap is running on. In-House wide out as the leader from Enjoyment. They're hard to line up. They're wide apart. Prairie's in between them. Multimedia, He's a Dane, is diving through in the middle. He's dropped out of the sky. He's a Dane. Oh, it's close. No, I'm not going to put my head into this one. You'll never forgive me. He's a Dane or Multimedia in a very close one in the last. In-House close up with Enjoyment, Prairie, and then Soup Kitchen, Broan, followed by Woodstock, Mac and Me, and the last couple of Aphasia and Princess Lyra. And I've gone out in a blaze of glory in the tipping stakes with my selection running Stone Motherless last. Nothing's changed. Well, Kenny, I would love to have stuck my head out there, but no, it'll Ken, I feel pretty good, really. I'm glad it's over, and I'll be even gladder when the number goes up, and it goes to Multimedia on the inside. Got there. I reckon I might have gone for in-house, so I'm glad I stayed out. Multimedia got there by a breath. Number 3, Multimedia, Lenny Beasley, $10.90 and $3.30. Number 8 second, He's a Dane, Corey Brown, $3.20, and number 4 got third, Enjoyment. So it's 3, 8 and 4, Multimedia, He's a Dane and Enjoyment third. I meant He's a Dane when I said in-house. Yes,
Yeah, well, John's involved there with in another area, but there it was.
Painstakingly thought out decision, if I may say so. And when I said I'm quitting, I meant it. I am quitting. I won't be coming back because race calling's not something you can leave and come back to. You've only got to have a month's holiday and you're rusty for the first 3 or 4 meetings.
We're getting more emotional than you are. You're so businesslike about the whole thing.
Well, Ken, as I said earlier, it's still a day at the office for me. Until that last race was over, I didn't want to take anything for granted. I didn't want to take any risks. And I'll tell you what, in the last 2 strides of that race, I thought, oh, God, not again.
It was a nice tester to finish up on, but, I mean, any parting words you'd like to say at this particular point as the last Metropolitan call for you?
Ken, one of the great highlights of my career has been my association with the Nine Network and this wonderful program, Wide World of Sports, highlighted, of course, by my association with you. We've had a terrific relationship in a working sense, and we've had a wonderful friendship, and I know that will only grow and prosper. So,
There's John Tapp winding down his race course.